Here we go. We're on Chav Zayin Amid Beis. We're going to pick it up. We'll do a Chazara, and then we will go weiter. So we're going to pick it up from Tanu Rabbanan. Actually, last night we also did a Chazara for the previous night. These nights have been difficult, Baruch Hashem, for good occasions. So we pick it up. Tanu Rabbanan. 2 lines from the wide lines. 2 lines from the wide lines. And again, I'm making the push again, so the chaver can push me. We gotta keep the chazar going strong. So if what's holding anyone back is me posting a review, shoot me a message. Just things during the day, Baruch Hashem, get busy.
Or watch the night before them 2 times.
Yeah, you could do also. Listen. Tanu Rabbanan Ma'aseh Rav Eliezer Sheshavas B'Galil Elyoin. Rav Eliezer spent Shabbos in the upper Galil b'Sukkah Shel Yochanan Rav Eloi, in the Sukkah of Yochanan Rav Eloi b'Keisari. Hakoyin Agadol. Mitzayir Hayom. I thought I did something wrong. V'Sukkah, I know I smell from the fire, but I think we all do. Baruch Hashem. Ma'aseh Rav Eloi Sheshavas B'Galil Elyoin, that he spent Shabbos in the upper Galil b'Sukkah Shel Yochanan Rav Eloi, in the Sukkah of Yochanan Rav Eloi b'Keisari in Keisari v'Amrilan, and some say b'Keisari Yoin. So Rav Eliezer is visiting Yochanan. From the story, it seems like it is Sukkos, because it says they're spending time in the Sukkah. Usually you spend time in a Sukkah on Sukkos, but we'll see that's not so clear. And in the middle of the Suda, V'Igia Chama, and the sun reaches the Sukkah to the Sukkah. Amar Loi. So the host, Yochanan Rav Eloi, asks his distinguished guest, Rav Eliezer, Mahu, what is the halacha? She'efrois aleha sadin. Can I spread out a sheet over the sukkah to block the sun? Amar Loi. So now again, what was the question? It sounds like it's a sukkah question. Am I allowed to put up a sheet? I'm not in the sukkah. So Rashi keys us in that it was a Shabbos question. You're not allowed to make a oyel, you're not allowed to make a canopy, a tent on Shabbos. That's why you're not allowed to open an umbrella. So the question was, in Hilchos Shabbos, am I allowed to spread out this sheet? Amar Loi, Rav Eliezer responds, Ein l'cha kol shevet v'shevet b'Yisrael. Each shevet, each tribe in Klal Yisrael has shaloi hamin mimenu shevet. That doesn't have a judge. Meaning, Rav Eliezer was saying, what do you want from me? Go ask your local Orthodox rabbi. What are you asking me? I come to spend a meal with you, and all of a sudden I become the Mar D'Asra? Go ask a shayla. Okay. Why was that the point that he chose? It's a good point. You'll see in a moment. It's going to bother you more. But it seems like he's talking very poetic, and he's saying, what are you asking me? Go ask your local rabbi. The story continues. 3 lines into the wide lines. The sun reaches to half of the sukkah. Amar Loi. So again, he asks his guest, can I spread out a sheet? Amar Loi. Rav Eliezer responds again. A slight nuanced of a difference. Is there not a Navi from every Shevet? Shev Yehuda Binyamin Hamin Malachim Al Pia Neviim. They have Malachim from the Neviim. Again, simply him answering, leave me alone. And Rav Zish, your question again, what's this like poetry that he's telling you? Malachim, Neviim, what's going on here? Good question, but in the Pashim Shot, what's going on is he's just telling him to leave me alone.
Right, that's what I thought, but you said something different. You said it was some secret.
There is more going on here. What is the more is. Says the Gemara Vayter, number 3. The sun reaches L'mar Giloisav Shel Rav Eliezer. The sun reaches all the way to the feet of Rav Eliezer. And what happens? Natal Yochanan Sadin. So Yochanan, again, who's the host, takes a sadin, takes a sheet, upires aleho, and spreads it over. Time number 3, he's done asking, he takes matters into his own hands, he spreads out the sheet. So Rav Eliezer, what does he do? Hivshel Rav Eliezer talisa l'achayrav, he takes his cloak, throws it over his shoulder, v'yatza, and he leaves the sukkah. Says the Gemara, why did Rav Eliezer leave the sukkah? It would seem it's a form of protest. It seems, what are you doing? So by leaving, you would seem that Rav Eliezer is saying, I disagree with the fact that you put up the sheet. Says the Gemara, no. Loi mipnei shefligu b'dvarim. It's not because he disagreed. Ela mipnei, you know why? Shloi amar davar shloi shama mipi rabbi. The reason is Rav Eliezer never said anything that he did not hear from his rabbi. And in this sugya, he did not have a Kabbalah from his rabbi, and therefore he didn't say anything. So similarly, he didn't want his actions to be construed as giving up psak, because he never heard anything from his rabbi. Shama pi rabbi, lo ilam. Pardon on the comma issue over there. Lo ilam.
So really, it's a problem either way. If he stays, then it's a problem.
Double-edged sword.
Right.
Double-edged sword. So says the Gemara, he decided to leave, but the Gemara comments, he wasn't telling him that I disagree with you. I'm just leaving because I'm just leaving. In a chanam. Correct.
Another place is also.
Which one? Lo mimnei. Yeah. Correct. Says the Gemara. 1 second. Now is when anyone who has been chazering this whole week, and for the rest of us that haven't, it will give us the chizik to chazer. Says the Gemara, who is this story about? Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer is visiting Yochanan. When's he visiting Yochanan? On Shabbos in the middle of Yontif. Says the Gemara, 1 second. Heichi avid hachi. How could Rabbi Eliezer do this? V'ha'amar Rabbi Eliezer taught us in the top line. Ein yoitzin mi sukkah l'sukkah. Rabbi Eliezer held, you're not allowed to leave the sukkah middle of Yontif. Rabbi Eliezer was the unique shita. They have to be in one sukkah for 7 days. So how did he go in the middle of Yontif, go visit his rabbi? Everyone got the kasha? Rabbi Eliezer l'shita, a beautiful kasha. Answers the Gemara, regel acher havai. It wasn't Sukkah. No, but he's spending Shabbos there. So clearly, if he's spending Shabbos in someone else's sukkah, that means he's not in one sukkah for the whole 7 days.
Maybe he left until the sun went down.
Oh, so no, it is interesting. There are ways you could answer. Maybe it was the first night of Yontif. Why are we assuming? Yeah, maybe he went there for the whole Yontif. It's true. Everyone is correct. The Gemara is assuming for the fact that it says he went for Shabbos. It's Shabbos in the middle of Sukkot, but everyone's asking a good question.
Maybe it's stop. That's what he left.
No, that
That's where they want to spread the sheet out.
that could be, but good. So that, as we'll see in a moment, now that we know that it's not Sukkot, it's not a kasha because they don't have a sukkah. But you're right. Rabbi Shuster is pointing out that in the whole story, it was very funny. We thought it was Sukkot. So why are you spreading over a sheet? Maybe it was all because of that he can't handle the sun. So now he's mitzdayer, he's allowed to leave. So then we know, but that's why Rashi gave it away, that it's nothing to do with Hilchas Sukkah, it's Hilchas Shabbos Shayla, because Rashi knew the end of the Gemara. I will tell you, there are other Rishonim that disagree and say, no, it was a Sukkot cheshbon. Can I spread over the sheet? And then it makes the fact that he left more complicated. Correct. Very good. Continues the Gemara.
What's the difference between spreading your sheet and having stuff that's too thick?
One is allowed to be schach, one is not. That's why. You're right. Theoretically, if you spread over a bamboo mat sheet, then not. But in the Pasha, a sadin is something that can't be used as schach. Says the Gemara, 3 lines to the bottom. Another kasha Rav Eliezer l'shitasei. Ve'omer Rav Eliezer. What did Rav Eliezer say about going to visit your Rebbe on Yom Tif? Rav Eliezer said that beautiful line that is posted on way too many people's couches. I praise the lazy man. Only on Yom Tif. Why is he praising the lazy man? Because that they don't leave their houses on Yom Tif. What does that mean? Because on Yom Tif you have a din. You have a din to rejoice with your house. So what are you leaving? So why did Rav Eliezer himself go on Yom Tif to visit his Rebbe? Answers the Gemara, Shabbos Avoy. It wasn't even Yom Tif. It was Shabbos.
Didn't we say earlier that there was a pasuk in Navi that we learned that you visit your Rebbe on Chodesh?
Oh, very good. So that's why he went. Very good. It was Shabbos, and that's why he went. The kasha was on Yom Tif. Rav Eliezer held you shouldn't go. So you're remembering that the Gemara asked back on Rav Eliezer there at the end of the narrow lines, but it says elsewhere you're supposed to go. And we answered, one is when you could come back the same day, and one is when you cannot. Very good.
Why does it say that? Why even go to Yom Tif?
Because we thought, well, it's true. Why do we think it was Yom Tif? Yeah. So this is why what's fascinating. We pointed out last night. If you were to read the Brisa, the words of the Brisa, there's a story. I'll say it over in English. There's a story. There's a Rabbi Eliezer goes to visit his Rebbe Yochanan, and excuse me, let me say it better. There was a story that Rabbi Eliezer went for Shabbos to the Upper Galil to the Sukkah of Yochanan Barabaloi. End of quote of the headline of the story. So that's why you assume number one it was Sukkah because he went to the Sukkah. Yeah. Very good. So this is time an answer. Are you allowed to be in a Sukkah, not in Sukkahs? So the answer is during the year for sure you're allowed to. The problem is on Shmini Atzeres afterwards, Achar Shal Pesach, or in Eretz Yisrael on Shmini Atzeres. And this is a complicated thing what people do. In Eretz Yisrael and Mashal is a very common shayla because there Shmini Atzeres and Simchas Torah is the same day, and you're not allowed to be in your sukkah because it's last day of Yom Tov. Problem is many shuls use the sukkah as their kiddush area on this and that. But you're not allowed to be in the sukkah. But you also can't take down the sukkah because you wanted it the day before often. So there's different things. They bring a garbage into the sukkah. Different interesting things that they do. But let's continue. Says the Gemara, V'tiv shutlei mididei. So this is Rav Eliezer. Good. So Rav Eliezer said, why am I not answering the shayla? Because I don't have a Kabbalah for my Rebbe, so I'm not answering. Asks the Gemara, V'tiv shutlei mididei. Why didn't Rav Eliezer answer from his own din? What's his own din? Ditanan, as we learned in the Mishnah. Now this is a very complicated sugya in Masechah Shabbos, but for our purposes, it's going to be very simple. Pikak hachalon. Pikak hachalon is a window shutter. It's a window shutter, something that closes a window. Rav Eliezer Omer, are you allowed to use this? It's a cover on the window. Can you put the cover on the window on Shabbos? Says Rav Eliezer Omer, Bizman shekashur, if the cover, this shutter, this pikak, is tied, vitaloi, and it's hanging off of the house. So again, envision a window. This is a terrible vision. And you're covering, this is horrible. Here's your window, and you're covering it. Yeah, I didn't just do anything visual. It worked better with the words. But you're covering your window with something. That cover, says Rav Eliezer, you're only allowed to cover with it on Shabbos if what? It's tied on and hanging there. Like a tris. But a tris is mamish part of the building. That's why a tris is... No, it's more. It's
homemade tris.
No, it's like, if anyone's ever seen, it's shutters. No, it is, but it's mamish on the track. It's shutters. Anyone sees shutters that like close? But like yeshiv, I don't know yeshivish, but whatever shutters, like it's like hanging down, it's dangling. You have a picture?
Pretty bad picture.
Almost as terrible as my picture. That shows you absolutely nothing.
Is the idea that it's like somewhat...
Didn't we have a better book?
Yeah.
The point is, it's very simple. You have a window. I'm making it complicated. You have a window, and you have a cover to the window. That's all it is. So if that cover is hanging, then you let it put it on Shabbos. If the cover is not hanging, where is it? Sitting on the floor. Then you can't put it on Shabbos. Very simple. You could use it. Could stuff it up with it. That is the shita of Rav Eliezer. They argue. You could always use this thing to close the window. So what's the kasha? What do we see that Rabbi Eliezer himself holds? Are you allowed to put something onto a building on Shabbos? Oh, very good. Only if it's tied on. Was the sheet tied on? No. So ask the Gemara, Rabbi Eliezer was being asked, can I put a sheet on? And he's like, I don't know, leave me alone. I never heard this from my Rebbe. Rabbi Eliezer, you had a Mishnah, and in the Mishnah you said clearly what the din is. Answers the Gemara, no raya from there. Top line. Chav Ches Amid Aleph. Says the Gemara, Hasamu Dimivatel. The reason why Rav Eliezer over there Maseches Shabbos held you're not allowed to put the cover onto the window if it's not tied on is why? Dimivatel. Because you're nullifying the cover to the house, meaning you're leaving it there. Aval hacha babayos. Deloy mivatel, you're not leaving it there, you're just putting it up to give you some shade. Loy would not be the same case. Would not be the same case. Now the truth is, we are done. We are done, but because we basically spent the whole day doing Chazara, we're going to go do one more story. Because then tomorrow's Chazara will just be on this new story, basically. Because if not, we have one line, and then no one's doing Chazara, and I want that.
That's the case of the window.
Correct.
And Hacha is the case.
Hacha is our case. Very good. Very good. Very good. Tani Rabban, it's an easy story, Chavra. We now got to have a very easy story. Ma'isa Rav Eliezer, Sheshavas b'Galil Yoin. Rav Eliezer spent Shabbos in the upper Galil, v'shaluhu. And they asked him, Shloishim halachais b'ilchei Sukkah. 30 shaylas in Ilchei Sukkah. Shtayim Esrei, 12 of them, Amr them Shamati. He responded, I heard them, I have an answer from my Rebbe. Shemayin Esrei, 18 of them, Amr them Loi Shamati. I didn't hear from my Rebbe. Rav Yossi, Rav Yehuda, Omer, no, you got the story wrong. Chiluf advarim. Chiluf means to switch, to exchange. Switch around the words. Shemayin Esrei, 18 of them, Amr lehem Shamati. He heard from his Rebbe. Shtayim Esrei, Amr lehem Loi Shamati. I didn't hear from my Rebbe. Period. Amru Loi. One more phrase, then we're going to stop. They asked Rav Eliezer. Rav Eliezer, I don't understand. Kol divarecha inon elami piashmua. Azab brisker. You only say over every single thing that you heard from your Rebbe. You know nothing on your own. I don't understand. Rav Eliezer, you have a brain. You're a Talmud Chacham. Answer the Shayla. What does it mean? 18, I'll answer. The other 12, I don't know. Rav Eliezer, what are you talking about? Amr lehen. Rav Eliezer responded, his kakatuni. This is a endeavor of mine, or you've forced me. Loymar davar shloshatim pi rabbaisai. You're forcing me to say something I didn't hear from my Rebbe. Miyamai, says Rav Eliezer, a startling statement. My entire life, this is how I, Rav Eliezer, live my life. Number one, loikadamti adum beis hamedrash. No one ever came before me to shul. Number two, v'layashanti beis hamedrash. I never fell asleep. V'loishinas keva, not a real sleep. V'loishinas harai, I didn't even doze off. Number three, v'loinachti adam beis hamedrash v'yasasi. I never left someone behind in shul. I was the first one to come. I was the last one to leave. Number four, v'loisachti sichas chulin. I never spoke mundane matters. Number five, v'loyamarti davar shaloi shamati mipi rabbi me'olam. I never said anything over that I didn't hear from my Rebbe, la'olam, forever, period, end of story, we'll call it a day. That goes what he said. That, very good, very good. And the Gemara is just proving, really? And the Gemara is saying, yeah, he was the guy. He was, we'll call it the brisker if you want, for lack of better terms. He only said over every single thing from his Rebbe. With a little more story time also tomorrow to start off the day. It's easier Gemaras, that's why we took the liberty to go weiter. Chavra, let's make sure to